RealLyfe Street Starz.
I'm in here. Yeah. Do it again. Do it one more time. One more time for y'all.
RealLyfe Street Starz. Oh, Lord. Finally.
Yeah.
We got to touch on this again. You know, man, we've been posting since the inception of RealLyfe Street Starz, man. You got some fans. There's been more than one that's been, hey, get Bo Luchiano on here. Bo Luchiano. Hey, you need to get Bo Luchiano on here. And I'm like, hey, if you got a line on him.
Yeah, stand up, fans.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Man, we finally got you in here, man. We got a legend
y'all.
in the building. You know, like I said, when we first started, we made this company. We wanted to get all the legend stories, you know what I'm saying? And you here with us, man. So, man, we definitely got to go through there with you, man. So tell us, man. Tell us how Bo Luchiano started, man.
Shit, I started, we was Oak Cliff, Texas, baby. Singing Hills.
KC.
Singing Hills, I'm the youngest child of all sisters, two-parent household, mom and dad, which was strange in my neighborhood because, most people in Singing Hills at that time, either you was raised by your mom or your grandma. It was 2 or 3 people on our street that had dad in the house, and I was blessed to have my dad in the house. So.
Was other kids around jealous of you?
We really didn't think about stuff like that.
Damn, all right.
We kids.
Yeah.
We kids. When you growing up in the 70s, we 70s babies, man. Corner store, video games.
Keep it simple.
Keeping it simple. It was before crack. Crack, before you knew about prostitution, we was out here just being kids. We weren't trying to be no G's.
And man, I'm just curious, because I didn't want to get off that subject right there, man. To see the crack era hit in Oak Cliff.
Yeah. It was overnight.
Yeah. Tell me, how was that when you was like, just at what age were you when you kind of seen it? So I kind of get a perspective, but what was it like?
It was overnight. It was, I would say, you started hearing about it, in 1982, 83. So that made me probably freshman, sophomore, so my dad used to own this pest control business. It was probably the largest black-owned pest control business in Dallas. So, but his target customers were, Oak Cliff, South Dallas, Pleasant Grove, the hoods.
Yeah.
And so I used to ride with him and see, just because I remember, because I came up in South Dallas. We came up off of Lawrence Street, back and forth from South Dallas and Oak Cliff. And yeah, man, I saw it. South Dallas was a beautiful neighborhood. Still is beautiful, but I saw the destruction hit. And like I said, it was overnight. Overnight.
So if you could paint the picture as far as like the music landscape,
yes.
Who were you listening to? Who was hot at the time? What was the Dallas scene?
There wasn't no Dallas scene. I remember when the Dallas scene started. So you have to realize the first time that I believe we ever heard anybody put anything on wax had to come from the UGK, the Soul Stutter Strutters. They were, I believe, from South Oak Cliff. And they did the Work That Neck song. And it was kind of R&B-ish, kind of a funk type of song.
Work That Neck? They was on it back then like that?
Yeah. Oh, see, I like the way you think. Yeah. Give me some of that neck, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Give me some of that neck. Yeah.
Let me see your neck.
You got to gather a wild card. He the wild card.
He the wild.
I like this man.
Yeah, man. He gonna take it.
He gonna take it all the way there. Shit, he don't know I'll take it there with him. Shit. Yeah. He talking to the right one. Yeah.
So they was the only one making noise, and we're talking like what? Just locally music? Was it radio or just locally through the?
I'm gonna tell you what happened in Dallas. What happened was, we had 2 radio stations. We had 107.5. That was really funk and R&B. We had K104. That was funk and R&B. And then what was introduced, Dr. Rock came on the scene. When Dr. Rock came on the scene, we were able to see people with turntables and DJing and that type of thing. Back when breaking and all that, Crush Groove and all that came out.
Breaking,
Yeah. That was our first look at anything like that. And so once we saw it, and then we saw this guy come down here from California, and so then we have to do it ourselves. We have to show Dallas, we have to show the world that we can do it ourselves. So back then, you had really two different kind of cliques. You had the Dr. Rock fans, and then I don't know if y'all know my clique is the All Hearted Death Party with DJ Snake.
DJ Snake.
Yeah. So I can tell you that story. So Snake is like my older brother. You know, he's like my god brother. My sister was dating a guy. His name was Andre Fisher. He was in a DJ group, General Jam, right?
Yeah.
General Jam, she invited me. See, I was like in the 10th grade. My sister was 2 years older than me. So she said, hey, we going to this party. It was over off of Keast. She said, it's okay. Keast at the bank building right there on 35 and Keast. It's still there right there by the pawn shop. So we go to this house to meet this guy. And I'm sitting in the back seat with this guy. I'm bringing this full story because you're going to know who I'm talking about. I'm sitting in the back seat with this guy. He's real quiet, short. That's okay. We get to the party. You know, I'm in there. I'm a kid. Yep. You know, so I'm in 10th grade. There's seniors in this party and, you know, freshmen in college. Now, so they say, da, 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 like it's a big production. And the guy I'm sitting in the back seat with, he runs through the crowd. He's got on some tights, two-legged like FloJo.
Yeah.
Right? He's got a cape on and a wig. That guy was Big Al from the All Hearted Death Party show. So General Jam, yeah, so I met him and we befriended each other. So he knew I was always just come watch him DJ. And I thought he was incredible. Then when they started Pizzazz over there off of Polk and Camp Wisdom, that's when it really took off. When they started the All Hearted Death Party, I believe that had to be around 83, 84. Yeah. Shit, bro. See, you know, Dallas is different now. You talk about the scene and the landscape. You know, we had high school, we had teenage clubs back then where you could showcase your dance, you know, hip hop, you know, dancing, break dancing, and pop blocking. Y'all don't know nothing about the box head, the box heads. Yeah, Gerald. Yeah. That's my boy, Gerald the box head, and them boys was dope, man. Well, actually, the box heads is who danced for the Soul Study Strutters.
Right.
And so that's how they came on the scene. And so, like I said, so we in the clique with the All Hearted Death Party.
Right.
And what Big Al was doing, this is the first time we started hearing about record pools. They were going to New York and they was going to California, bringing records down to Dallas that you had never heard before. So, mind you, KNON had all these hip hop shows on them. So we're hearing rap. But then when Snake and them got hold to those records,
right,
the KRS-Ones, the Run DMCs, and stuff that we had just never heard. The first time you ever heard NWA was on the All Hearted Death Party show. And the Eazy-E and all that. So we was like, ah, damn. So their popularity grew pretty big. And so you already got Dr. Rock up here with the Feel Fresh crew. So fast forward, I go to college. I'm in college. I go to North Texas. It's called NTSU, North Texas State University back then. Mean Green. Down there in Denton, Texas, Kerr Hall, room 747. Room 747. International level, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I had this room by myself. I don't know what happened. I had this room by myself. So when I was young, I had a buddy named Johnny Rogers that we had befriended each other in elementary school. Well, you know how kids are, you know, you move away. He was my best friend at that time. And I hadn't seen him since we were kids. In college, first day of school, I see my buddy Johnny Rogers. Hadn't seen him. And so I'm noticing this guy that's standing hanging with these guys. They're from the Richardson, Berkner, Lake Highlands area, Plano and all that. So I didn't even know it was some black folks out here, man. We from Oak Cliff. We think, North Dallas is full of white folks. Right, I'm telling you, it's just the mentality we got. So anyway, I get out here. I'm seeing this guy. He's always freestyling. Guy got on braces. He's freestyling and doing. I said, who's this little rapping dude? Little. Y'all remember those hats? Yeah. That used to be tighty, those bicycle riding hats that flipped up in the front. Yeah. He would wear those with braces. I said, who's this dude, man? And so I had my room by myself. I had pushed both the twin beds together, tied on and made a king size bed. So the dude said, man, it had to probably be October. Half the first semester was over. He said, man, this guy, his housing fell through. Do you think you can let him move in with you? I said, I love music. You know, he seemed like he's a cool dude. He came in and moved with me. Well, that guy, let me slow down. We started talking, and come find out he knew Snake. He knew Big.
So it was like a reunion, like, oh.
Bro,
okay,
this was Something Fresh. I don't even know if y'all know who Something Fresh is.
No, I don't.
Y'all don't know who Something Fresh is. Okay, this is Something Fresh out of, they're out of North Dallas, right? They're out for Hamilton Park.
Oh, shit.
Out for Schroeder. So y'all know I know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you ain't out Schroeder, you ain't from Hamilton Park from my knowledge.
Right.
This comes from Oak Cliff cat, so y'all know I know what I'm talking about. So anyway, they from Hamilton Park, and they had a group called Something Fresh. So Something Fresh had hooked up with the All Honey Dale Party Show, and they were going to do their first song. Guess what that song was? Oak Cliff. Y'all remember that first Oak Cliff? Y'all never.
Man, no, man.
Bro.
Man, rap
There's
for
a
us real
place
quick.
in Dallas known as Oak Cliff, where you can tell the Ralph from the Riff, getting full of them bulls, looking for the P. If you ain't got a G, you got a Z. What is it? If you ain't got a Z, you got a GT. What?
Bro,
Y'all ain't heard that?
No, that's crazy.
And Yellow Hammer?
We're going through history right
And
now.
Yellow Hammer by K. Cole?
No, man. I can't say that we have. We
Oh
slack.
my God.
I know it.
See, that's why I say, see, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna stop. Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. This is the reason that Dallas hip hop is not where it's supposed to be.
Facts.
Because when you don't know where you came from, how you know where you're going?
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come.
Facts.
Because I know y'all have a big following with the younger generation. I see y'all.
Yep.
I follow y'all. I like y'all.
Oh, yeah.
And matter of fact, I want to clap for what y'all have done for the city. And what we talked about on the elevator, the bloggers, the podcasts coming together, the Say Cheeses and the Boss Talk 101s. You know, I don't know if I can mention them, but
mention everybody. Yeah,
that's what we're gonna have to do to make this city pop.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I talked to E-CEO, what's up, E? That's my partner. And hopefully we can become, family, because that's what I'm about. See, when I first started my radio show on KNON, I went in with the intent of playing my own music. You know what I mean?
When you say you started this, you were like actively rapping, or you were just before rap?
This was the only song I had out at that time was Already. I had the Already song out that was in full rotation on both stations, and it was traveling through the region. And so Big Al and I started the radio show with my wife. So it was us three on the radio show, Jazzy K, and we did that for about 3 years. Well, I did it for Big Al only lasted about 6 months.
Yeah.
He lasted about 6 months, and then we revamped it, and we call it the I'm tripping. We called it the Dirty Style Block Party with Bobo and them, and that's how it started. But anyway, what I did was, I get this job thinking I'm gonna play my own music because that's what Snake and them had done. Yeah. They had played every song that they came out with, they were able to play it and promote it on their own show. Well, when I get there, my first day, he called me in the office, Dave Chaos, the boss of the station. He said, I forgot to tell you, last thing, you can't play any of your own music.
Last thing.
So right then and there, I said, well, I got to do it for the community. Right then, I knew if I can't help myself, I got to go in and help everybody else. So I was the street A&R for K104. So they were bringing it to me, and if it got popular on, matter of fact, Skip Cheatham was sending them to me. If it don't pop on Bobo's show, I can't play it.
So there's always like somebody in the generation where you feel like they should have made it, but there's just, for whatever reason, they didn't. Give me like one or two names.
Cottonmouth.
But Cottonmouth, I feel like he made it. It's in a certain, I mean,
Bro,
I'm saying we all, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
And I want to come back to Cottonmouth, but real quick, when you mentioned that the history isn't there, where are these artists now to where they come tap in with the younger generations or give, talk on a radio station or just, how come we don't hold them to, like, are they
it's a little give and take from both. I really believe it is. Because, you know, you had that faction of the old heads like myself, not me, but people from my era or my generation that didn't like any of the new stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you have to think about it. Think about when we were kids and rap first started. And our parents was like, cut that shit off.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear none of that boom, boom, boom. That's what they used to call that boom, boom, boom. What is that? That's not real music. It'll never last is what they said. That was in the 70s. You know what I mean? So here we are, the number one genre of music probably in the world right now. If it ain't the number one genre, it's got to be the most influential genre in the world. So I just want Dallas to pop.
But I do want to go back to, you say you don't feel like Cottonmouth is sent it to where he what?
When I say made it, or when you say made it, and when I think made it, I think about to where I can go downstairs and ask that lady at the front desk, you ever heard of Cottonmouth? And she'll start singing some of his songs. You know what I mean? I can go to the corner store. I can be out of town and ask a white person, hey, you ever heard of Cottonmouth? And they'll be like, yeah, he's seen this song. Right. You know, no one out of Dallas is, I think.
You don't feel like he's getting, he doesn't get the just due is what you're saying. You don't feel like
he should, no. And it wasn't, no fault of his.
Right.
No fault of his whatsoever. Because he was a hustling motherfucker. You know, he was, and he used to get frustrated. And his frustration was real justified at that time, you know, and I watched it. And that's another reason why I started what I did on KNON. Why I went into it with that mentality, because I knew they didn't have no outlet. And it was right when the South has first started bubbling. Cash Money hadn't even really signed their contract yet. Right. No Limit was here on their way down, and Cash Money had just, BG was, they was on their way up. And so, yeah, we helped the South out a lot. You know, we didn't play nothing but music from the South. And you was from New York, California, you couldn't get no play on our radio station. So that's one of the things I was wondering about, right? So I feel like growing up, I heard a lot of Dallas music on the radio station. I thought Greg Street, Skip Cheatham was in charge of that. Wait a minute. See, that's why I wanted knowledge on that. That's why. Okay, now stop. Stop it. See, you have to be careful when you use adjectives. And that adjective you said was a lot. You didn't hear a lot. You might have heard Pimpster.
Right.
Pimpster was the only one that I can say that had free will to just get pretty much anything he put out played.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Who was behind that though?
I don't know who was behind Pimpster.
I mean, as far as like on the radio stage, like who was pushing?
Skip Cheatham.
Okay.
Skip Cheatham. Yeah, he was the program director at that time. And anything he walked in, I don't know if he was, I really don't know what it was behind that and what the cause was, but he was getting play. They never played hardly any Nemesis. They never played hardly any Run C.
Am I tripping? One Cottonmouth on the radio though?
No. What song? Name the song.
Yeah, you got a point. I just feel like maybe
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm not no bragatory type dude. I can tell you the story of exactly what happened with with how music started just really popping on the radio for Dallas artists. When I first came back from on the road with UGK, it was in 1990, at the end of 95.
But before we even get to, how did you link up with them? The UGK is huge.
Yeah, but we see it, and that's another thing. When you say legends, when people say legend and legendary, back then we were just people. We're people. You know, we were just doing something that we like to do. That we love to do, and we had a larger microphone than some people, or we had more hustle than some people. And at that time, it wasn't that many rappers out. Now everybody rap. You know, so we didn't know it was gonna be legendary. Let's just say that. We were just living our lives just like everybody else, going to the studio, doing our shit. And it's a story how I hooked up with them. I hooked up with them on the road I was on the road with two, you know who Ron C is, right? Oh, yeah. Trendsetter. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my brother. Ron C, I was his hype man. And we was on the Shorty the Pimp tour. And we had done, I think we had like 6-7 dates, and one of the last dates we were in Lafayette at the Cajun Dome, and like everybody was in our dressing room because the concept promoter was not paying. I'm talking about Too Short is in there, Spice is in there. It's a huge dressing room. It's a room probably about like this area we in, and everybody just happened to come in. And so next thing you know, here comes Bun and Pimp, and Pimp was on one that night. Chad was on. He's always on one. As a little boy, you have to realize them kids was, when I met him, I think it was 18, 19.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so he was a kid. You know, they wasn't kids to us because we were kids. But in hindsight, that's a kid talking crazy like that. Yeah. He came in with two chicks from Dallas. You know, they were some dancers, and yeah, man.
Took him to Lafayette. That's why.
Yeah, man. They that was just our life.
That was your first time meeting them?
I had met them. They had did a concert here in Dallas, in Arlington, at the Wet 'n Wild.
Yeah,
and that was the livest concert I ever been at in my life.
Damn, I wish I could go back to the
Bro.
The one in Arlington, right there.
Yeah. The wave pool was the where everybody was in the tube. They were floating, and everybody, you know, that little part above the wave pool. That was the stage.
Yeah,
it was Yo-Yo, Spice One, UGK. It was a few acts.
Oh man,
it was a nice show. Yeah. So it was something different that you had never seen before.
We don't see that to this day.
I don't think nothing like that has ever happened again.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm gonna get back to the UGK story, but I definitely want you to finish your thought on as far as what happened in the scenario as far as with radio play.
Yeah. Oh, you want to go to that?
Yeah.
So anyway, when I first came back to Dallas, you know, I felt I wasn't coming back to stay. I came back because of a break. UGK they were on pre-production for Riding Dirty.
Okay.
Right? So I was living in this apartment. First when I moved to Port Arthur, I was living in San Jacinto at San Jack, where all the UGK albums, the first 2 or 3 UGK albums were recorded out of that house. And y'all hear Pimp and Bun rapping about San Jack on a lot of those early Too Hard to Swallow and Super Tight albums. Well, I lived there for about 6 months. And then I moved to the Lamplighter, which was on the other side of town. It was an apartment complex. But when I left, he charged me. He said, "Say, man, I'm charging you to go to Dallas, keep this UGK thing going. Dallas is our biggest market at that time. Yeah. Keep the UGK thing going. I want you to start something in Dallas." I didn't know what. I said, okay, I'll figure it out. You know. And so first thing happened was I had gone to the radio station, and there was a guy that had just took the 6 to 10 slot that would happen to be the 6 to 10 guy that was in Monroe, Louisiana when we were on the road. And I had met him then. His name was Broadway Joe. Broadway Joe said, "Man, I need an intro for my show." What? Did him a little intro. So did him that first intro, did him a second intro. So every time 6 o'clock came on, you heard my voice for probably about a whole year. You know what I mean? And then I did that. And then by that time, Big Al had gotten in touch with me, right? So this is now, mind you, there's nobody, when I got back to Dallas, nobody is on the radio. There's no rapper taking it by the horns and saying, "Give me some radio play." I forgot who was even the program that, I don't even know. I know who the rappers were, but I don't know. There was nobody just making just a bunch of noise. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you, because when I'm gonna bring it full circle, and then you're gonna know what happened after this. So then, Big Al gets with me. He talks me into doing the album. I write pretty much everything on the album. Co-produced it with Steve Powell down at Dub One Studio. The last song we did was called "Already," and we wasn't gonna do anything with it, but everybody gravitated toward it. And so everybody's like, "Where y'all get that saying from?" I said, "Well, man, when I was in Houston, I heard a couple people saying "Already." They wasn't saying "Already" in Dallas at all.
You brought the "Already" to the city?
You didn't know that?
Man, talk
Oh,
to
you didn't know that?
No, this is history lesson for us, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. So
man.
it was in full rotation on K104. I already was in full rotation. Philly Fail, DJ Philly Fail did the remix. Y'all know who Philly Fail is?
Yes, no, no.
Oh my God. Philly Fail's a big time DJ he was from Dallas, but then he moved to California. He did the remix. It has some serious legs on it. So now on Greenville Avenue in North Dallas, there was a club called The Spot. So now back then, like I said, it was very expensive to be a rapper. You know what I mean? From going to the studio time was costing you $85 to $130 an hour. There wasn't no little tapes. You had to use ADATs or back then reels. ADAT was the new thing, which was like a VHS tape. You know what I'm saying? So imagine having and then traveling with that. You know, it was just expensive to do everything. You know, if you had to go to Atlanta to record, you got carry all that stuff, ship that. You know what I mean? It was just crazy to be a rapper back then. It's so easy now to wake up. I saw a dude wake up in their pajamas and the microphone right there. He just made a song. You know, you can't do that. So yeah, we at The Spot, and this is what happened. So mind you, we used to go down the street here to God, they're gonna be mad at me if I can't think of the name of their company. They may be close, but they used to make all the vinyl for everybody in Dallas. It was a one-stop shop. No, it was some initials. I can't think of. Oh my God,
LJ.
No, let me think of it for a second. I'm tripping. Well, anyway, they made everybody's vinyl. Everybody, right here on Industrial Avenue in Dallas. And so I'm at The Spot with my clique, and we getting the people at the club to play already. And guess who else is there for the first time promoting their record? Kevin A. and Mr. Pookie. No one had ever heard of them. And they put that Crook for Life on.
I'm about to deal you.
Out of there. So right around that time, so that's when you started hearing, you had already on the radio, you had Crook for Life on the radio. Then of course he came back with Mr. Lucci. Excuse me, let me back it up. K-Roc was first.
Yeah.
K-Roc was first. K-Roc warmed it up for us already. Then Crook for Life. Then by that time, Mr. Lucci came out. Mr. Diabolical. That's my little brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Bobo Lucci. He Mr. Lucci.
Shout out Lucci.
Shout out to Mr. Lucci. That's my dude, man.
family.
Stony Crook. Yeah. What's up, C-Pone? Yeah, that's boy. Ooh, that's one of them.
It's Pone.
We know
That-
some
Yeah, Pone. Yeah, we know Pone.
That question you asked, that's one of them.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
one of them. Oh my God. Ooh, my God. Yeah. So right after that, so we're having money issues, you know what I'm saying? So I separate and start doing my own thing, right? I come with a song called Swing Low. Swing Low was on the radio for probably 3 months. Then
Who was responsible for putting it on the radio? Oh, you still was on the radio to KO?
No, I was on KNON at that time, but I was on my own record label.
Right.
So I was doing my own radio days and everything. I would get up on Mondays, go to radio day at K104 1 week. Next week I go to 97.9. See, when we started the radio show, that 2 weeks later, 97.9 started.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember that they was playing nothing but they didn't play no commercials, nothing but
90
shit you want to hear.
Yeah, 97.9 started right around that same time. So we were cool with all those guys. Matter of fact, I just talked to Bink and DJ Phil and
Oh yeah.
and then I remember going to I remember having the song. I sat on that song for a long time, bro. The Bitch Get Up Off Me song. And I took it up to Gigi's on a weird night, like a Wednesday night. They were having some kind of showcase there. And I saw my buddy who was DJing in there. I said, hey man, will you play this song for me? Smooth with the VE.
Shout out
DJ Smooth.
Shout out Smooth with the V, man.
Shout out to him. The lion is loose. You know what I'm
Lion
talking
is
about?
loose.
DJ Smooth with the VE. DJ Smooth broke that record. And so he played that. I mean, it wasn't nothing, probably about 30, 40 people in the club. 3 people walked up to me and say, that's a hit. That's fucking incredible. So I said, okay, I got one. So I took it to radio day, and they said, oh, we can't play it. I think UGK had just dropped Take It Off or something like that. And you have to realize you hadn't heard nothing from UGK since Riding Dirty, since 95, 96. And so now it's 99, people starving for UGK. And so they had just gotten that song, Take It Off, and Marie Kelly was the program director. She said, well, Bobo, I don't know if I can be able to play that song because I just got added a song by UGK. And so, of course, I took her husband, and the kid, I was taking her to dinner to Papa Do's, but when I get to Papa Do's, the whole family there. I'm telling y'all the truth. I ain't never told nobody this story. The whole family there. So I get out there, I pay the bill. And so that had to be like on a Monday or Tuesday. So that's back when we was going to Gigi's Pretty Regular, just trying to promote. You remember they had 2 nights, Friday nights and Sundays. I go up there on Friday. I hit the door, somebody said, congratulations. I go a little further, somebody said, congratulations. I go up to the DJ booth, congratulations. I said, what? They said, you in full rotation. So I went from already, swing low, to bitch get up off me. So I had 3 songs in full rotation. I don't know nobody before that had that. Right. Out of Dallas. For as long as Bitch Get Up Off Me was in rotation. Ooh, man.
For real.
Yeah, so I can claim that. And then after me, I would say, well, probably outside of the D-Town Boogie movement that had the most legs on it was Dero.
Yeah.
I would say, because he had to walk the walk, and then he came with Ice Cream Paint Job
right behind it.
Well, I was always saying that if somebody could just drop something and then follow it up or something.
It seems like you got to go work in 3s.
You got to at least have 2.
At least 2.
You at least
with
got to have 2.
With an okay 3, you won.
Yeah. If you got 3, yeah. If you can come back with that 3rd one, they know who you are by that time.
So I got to ask, because you said UGK dropped in 95 and came back in 99. Do you think artists are just putting out music too fast and not really taking their time?
No. It was 96. We don't want to put that word out there. It was 1996. Yeah. Riding Dirty came out in 96. Yeah, it was record label problems. They would have dropped a lot sooner and more albums back then if it wasn't for, seeing what I saw UGK, Pimp and Bun go through is the reason why I had several labels approach me to sign. And I had a phobia about that.
So I want to ask you, because at that time, you have Pac dying, 96, Biggie dying, 97, and there was like a void in the South, which UGK was the South right before that. If they were, Scarface too, with Ghetto Boys, but UGK was really the voice of the South, to where if they were able to drop music during that void of, the West Coast, East Coast, you wouldn't have to wait till, the Grammy, till Outkast won, and then the South is here. Yep. They would have been how was that for you, seeing as far as you being from the South and Chad being family to you, and Bun not just not seeing the South getting its respect during
back then?
Yeah, back then, knowing it's supposed to be right here.
Well, I think everybody had the same feeling. It was feeling the disrespect. You had to be from New York. You had to be from New York at that time. California had kicked the door in pretty hard. So like Pimp say, California did a little bit better. And so the type of music, even though we love New York, I mean, come on, man. EPMD, Run DMC, Houdini. Come on, man. We were fans. And for them to be like how they were, calling us Bammers, all that type of shit, we were country. Everybody down here riding horses. Even though, there's people down here who got horses, but if you got a horse, you got some paper. You don't realize that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can talk all that bullshit all you want to about we down here with these horses, but goddamn, cattle, goddamn it. Motherfucker got horses, you got some motherfucking paper. Fuck what you talking about. Shit. Yes, but that's just the ignorance of just the world. You know, yeah, they thought that was a diss. So these motherfuckers down there ride horses. Yeah. We'll take that. Yeah, but you know, niggas wasn't riding no fucking horses down here, man. But you know, it was just a disrespect thing, man, and I wasn't feeling it. I can tell you a story. Me and my partner was telling this story. He gonna get mad because I'm telling you this, right? It's right when I first
RealLyfe Street Starz.
This RealLyfe Street Starz story right here. First heard right here. So one time, it was when I first became UGK's hype man. And we had a show at TSU. It was UGK and Brand Nubian. I thought that was a odd couple, you know what I'm saying, to be on the same show. But we after the show, it's this dude there, it's this nigga there that's got this. Now remind you, the Bulls had Michael Jordan had just, you know, went to play golf. He went to go play golf, and motherfucking Houston had just won back to back. Houston had just beat the Knicks in the championship. Yeah, a large one that just beat the beast from the East, Patrick Ewing, right? So them niggas was hot over that shit. Them niggas came down here hot over that shit, talking shit. I don't know who the dude was that was with Brand Nubian, but anyway, we all up in my room, and he's sitting in that motherfucker hot. And so we want to have a little freestyle session. So we got Lord Jamal sitting across from me. I'm sitting up here rolling weed. You know what I'm talking about? You got Bun B laying on the bed, freestyling, ripping these motherfuckers from New York's ass. And then motherfucker Pimp walk in the door and stand in the door, drop one of them hard ass, A-boy country ass. You know it's Pimp C, you know, just, you know, and just, I'm out this hole. And then it just made me feel good to be from Texas to see that shit, you know, because the dude downstairs was hating. Yeah. He was hating that we was from Texas and we had just whooped their ass in the championship game. So that was a funny story.
How was it to watch it, hip hop go from like this beginning stages thing and coming and then turn into some gangster shit? Like,
it was wild. Oh, how it is now?
No. Back then,
I watched it.
Because you, the names you just mentioned, like all those names sound like some regular cool names. Then you get Pimp C.
How did it get from that to that?
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. It just, and then that's what made everybody gravitate toward it, because there was stuff that we were watching black exploitation, the Mac, we was watching Superfly, we were living it, we were seeing it in the streets at that time, and then all we hearing is a hip, a hop, a hippie, you know, that type of stuff.
Right.
But then, you know, once the Ghetto Boys came out, you know, they were real edgy. Right. I thought that was some real street shit.
Right.
And then, like I say, 3-2, rest in peace, that's my boy.
3-2.
He turned me on the UGK before they had popped, before they had even dropped anything. He played 3 songs for me. He said, these boys about to be some stars. And let me tell you, the shit that they was talking about, I was living the life. And I'm assuming it was a lot of people out there living that life that they could just relate to it. And it was just relatable. I don't know to answer your question, how you asked me how was it for me?
Yeah.
Refreshing. Refreshing because I never thought of it being, they didn't glorify it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were always telling the ups and the downs, the ebbs and flows of being in the drug game or being in the street life, you know, that type of thing, you know. Pimp was talking about the ups and downs of being a player, you know, shit, you know, getting caught up, all kind of shit.
What do you think we went went left where we should have went right, as far as like, because it seemed like the personification of certain things and certain lifestyles just got so crazy that it's like is it even about the music anymore?
Well, no, now it's not. In some cases, you know, back then there used to be, like I said, it was always the good and the bad. They would always tell you, yeah, we're doing this, but then they tell you about, you know, being in jail, having to tell your mama you sell drugs, you know, all kind of stuff. The feds in town.
Man, the craziest thing about I can't remember which UGK album this was, but the dude his homeboy was calling him from prison.
Smoke D.
Yeah.
Riding dirty.
He's like, these niggas down here kissing in the mouth.
Yeah, they kissing in the
He
mouth.
said, man, he said this shit out of sight.
Yeah. He said, "You boys jacking their dick and shit."
Right.
He's
And it was so real though. It's like,
but that was real. See, we remember when Smoke D went to jail. Why he went to jail, and then for that tape to come, to us it was like, oh, this shit is so fucking live. And then the world thought it was live too.
That's crazy.
It was real.
Now I gotta ask you though, bitch, get up off me.
Yeah.
That is like almost at the same time, like you said, 666, tear the club ups out. Bitch, get up off me. These are songs that kind of get the club kind of rowdy.
That was during the crunk era.
Yeah. So I'm just curious as far as with touring with that song.
Yeah.
Like, how crazy did it get for you to see like either a fight break out or just bottles get thrown? Because that's a song that I remember was when you start pushing people around, you start moving the crowd, you start getting them out the way.
Well, you know, that song had a different effect on people. I don't know. It didn't have a bitch. It didn't have the same effect that you think it did.
I ain't gonna. In my, from what I remember the song,
it wasn't one of them push a motherfucker push it.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Yeah,
but they will play it right after tear the club up and push it. They'll play it right after that, and it's keeps the same energy.
Well, you know, as long as they don't stop the show.
There you go.
As long as they don't stop the show, I didn't want to see nobody get hurt.
Okay.
And it was some fights.
It
was some fights. We saw a few.
Yeah. What's a crazy story on the road that you could tell that just touring with that song, touring with UGK, that you could tell on camera?
Ooh.
How crazy are things?
It's been a lot of things, you know. I try to tell these cats, if you want to be a rapper, you better be ready for it. Rap is dangerous. I mean, I remember being on the road with UGK. Now here we go again in Monroe, Louisiana. Rapping. We rapping. And I turned my back to the crowd. And as I'm turning my head back this way, Bun is right here. And in between Bun and myself, a bottle, right past our heads. I said, what the fuck? And so then Chad's like, what the fuck? So we stop it. And it was a show where how the stage was, the dressing room was like right here. Man, them motherfuckers pushed us all in that dressing room. The whole crowd jumped on the stage, pushed us in the dressing room. You know why they were upset? A misunderstanding of something Chad said on the song. Chad's stepdad's name was Monroe. If you know anything about Pimp, the guy that taught him anything, the stuff about music and all the music theory and everything was Monroe. And Monroe had passed away. And he said, Monroe, I see you looking at me, fool. And they thought he was talking dissing Monroe. Well, they put us all in the dressing room, attacked us. So that was, yeah.
At what point did y'all get the understanding of what
happened?
Know
what? I got one wilder than that. Ooh, I got one wilder than that. I got one wilder than that.
RealLyfe Street Starz.
Okay. This was again, H-Town. We're in H-Town. This is right when UGK, Bun, you're going to love this story because I know Bun going to remember this one. All right. UGK had just left Big Time and there was some friction. I don't know what the friction was. I really don't give a fuck. I'm there. In other words, I'm a loyal dude. And if I'm down with you, I'm down with you. So we're on this show, and this is the first show that UGK is doing in South Park, right? In that hood. So it was like, oh my God, man, it's gonna be crunk. So of course, I mean, anytime they go to Houston, it's a packed show. I mean, it's gangster. I seen so much shit with UGK, it was ridiculous. So we're in this show, and so UGK was the primary artist on Big Time. So when they left, Point Blank became the primary artist. So I don't know what some mixtapes or underground songs or I don't know what happened. Somebody dissed somebody got their feelings hurt, butthurt or whatever. But they were hurt and upset to where I can remember When you walk in, it was a ramp to get to the stage. But this was a ghetto spot, and it looked just like what y'all got right here. The ramps was 2x4s, right? Untreated wood. And then you go around, and you come out to the stage, and the stage was huge. So we on stage rapping, right? And it's about 100 motherfuckers behind us because they know it's gonna be some drama. And at that time, that motherfucker stopped the crowd, stopped the show, point blank. And he motherfucker grabs one of those 2x4s and he boom, breaks it loose, and he's booming it on the ground, booming it on the stage. Pimp C! No, he calling him Chad. Chad! Come holler at me, fool! Boom! Boom, this in front of thousands of people in the yeah. This going live. This going all the way live. And then, my boy, I don't know if you remember, Scarface used to talk about a dude, he called him his brother. His name was Warren Lee. I brought my brother Warren Lee down from New Jersey. Warren Lee jump out the crowd, push Shad back and me back like this, and like, you know what it is. And so that kind of froze that off. Back then it was a big time radio DJ, big old chubby guy. His name was Mean Green. Mean Green walked us. They had to escort us. They had us sitting in the kitchen, bro, up under the fucking sink, bro, like, in an industrial sink, like, because they was outside. It was World War III outside. Boy, it was going down. Yeah, we had to get escorted out the club with rifles, and yeah, it was like being the president. I still like being the president.
When did jewelry become important?
When did who?
Jewelry become important.
I would say 94, 95.
94, 91?
Yeah. That's when I started seeing it. First you would just see the cross or Jesus piece. Next thing you know, I started seeing people wear 2 or 3 necklaces. Cash Money. Cash Money changed the game, bro. Okay. You know they did. That boy came out with them 2 Rolexes on his arm. Bling, bling. It's when it was. Hell, what we talking about? Cash Money did it. Bling, 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 bling changed the game.
Because it always seemed like they don't even look at you the same without it. But I can remember back in the days, boys wasn't even on. You had to have a nice car. Yeah. You had to dress nice, but it wasn't really about no jewelry. Now
it wasn't about jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Cash Money deal. Once the flossing and all that shit started, you had to, it became part of your uniform. People felt like it became part of your uniform because, I still to this day hear people talk about that, how they have to, it's expensive being a rapper. You have to buy this and buy that and then, like wearing this, you can't wear this again because I just did the interview in this. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you see me in this walking around because I just did that interview. So now I got to go buy another whole new fit, that type of shit. So it's everybody trying to be like somebody else.
Now, I do have to ask, I want to take time to, talk about the legendary Pimp C.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, his lyrics ever get too much for you? Like, were you like, man, you?
No, see, we were young and dumb. Remember, my wife and I were talking about that the other day. The stuff we say now, listening to some of that stuff, it's cringe-worthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
You got it right. We play with our nose.
Yeah.
That boy was Mr. That boy was Mr. Shock Value.
He was Kevin Gates before Kevin Gates was Kevin. He was talking crazy, man.
He was no filter, no holds barred.
The one that let us know that Trash likes to fuck for $40 in the club.
Yeah. They do.
He was really teaching us.
He told you that, but then you already knew it.
Yeah.
You knew that, but now he told you like that motherfucker.
That was the
right.
acceptable amount in the world after he said it.
Yeah.
Gets it done. We had
$40 is all I need. I'm gonna go down to Crybabies.
Man. Now,
UTB, y'all remember UTB?
UTP under the bridge.
What?
Crybabies.
What? Crybabies?
Man, Lady Lord. Come on, man.
Shoot dice in the back and get your dick sucked and play. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
UTB. I used to be the king of the hole in the wall.
Man. I'm sure some people in the comments be like, I remember Bo from the hole in the wall.
The holes in the wall.
Now,
People Tom, shit.
Yeah, I shot PTs, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, no, for real.
I wasn't there that night.
Do you think they need to bring those clubs back, the hole in the walls? Do they need to
Yes.
come back? He said yes.
Yes.
Less crime, huh?
Well, not just that. It was,
He said,
not for my pleasure.
Yeah, but
Not for my pleasure, but
keep the young.
they don't have no more holes in the wall. I'm gonna say, I think they do.
Yeah, they keep moving. I don't know.
Usually the hole in the wall clubs was kind of like the neighborhood titty bar.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it, everybody in there. You can't come in there. If you start a fight, you're probably gonna get beat all over, get the brakes beat off for you all the way to your car.
Yeah.
And, it was, you couldn't go in Crybabies and start no shit.
No, facts.
Come on,
Facts.
man. UTB, come on, man.
Take no MD 2020.
UTB was like going inside. You remember they had the big gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't go in there like that.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Now-
What's up, K-Roc? DJ K-Roc?
Shout out K-Roc, for real.
Yeah,
DJ K-Roc.
Y'all know K-Roc was my DJ.
We were just, for real. We were just with
He was
K-Roc.
my tour DJ.
We were just with K-Roc last night doing an interview.
That's my guy.
Literally.
I ain't seen K-Roc in a long time.
Oh man, yeah, we should have invited him up here. Now I do gotta ask you, as far as Zero said a story about Pimp one time, and I just couldn't believe the story, but it sounds believable because it sounds like Pimp. But you could talk to his character where Zero said he went to Pimp's house.
What you say, woke him up?
Yeah,
and tucked him in?
Tucked him in. He said, no, it's nap time. Time to go to sleep. Like he said it was like 8:00. Now he told everybody it's nap time. It's how to,
Now that's the only thing that threw me off right there.
that's the only, I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you why.
go ahead.
The Chad I knew was nocturnal. I'm talking about that motherfucker's up 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I seen that motherfucker disappear for 2 days too, to just stay in his room. So Chad was a different kind of person, bro. People keep hearing me say that he was a different kind of person. Anybody that can lock themselves up in their room and stay gone for 2 days, and you're in the same. I used to live with him, wouldn't see him for 2 days.
Damn.
Was he introverted?
Shit.
Or it's like, some people just get, like, they can only handle enough
Well,
social and they just got to decompress.
Come find out, Chad was, did they say he was manic depressive? He had some type of mental disorder that he hadn't gotten, what's the word I want to use, baby? Diagnosed with.
Diagnosed. Okay.
Bipolar is what he was. He was bipolar.
That's
So I
Kanye
situation.
situation.
Those geniuses, you can.
Yeah,
That boy was a genius, man.
Chad was definitely a genius.
Crazy story. I remember one time I watched him perform at Blue. He had just got out. He was at Club Blue downtown. And there was his crowd, there was his fan in the crowd.
That girl.
He was
there.
like, hey baby, quit this bitch. Hit it right on the head of the microphone. Fuck you and everything you stand for.
How many times did he tell him to stop though?
No, about 4 or 5 times.
But you don't realize that shit used to go on all the fucking time. I mean, if you on stage with UGK, they gonna grab your dick.
I take it.
On that Hennessy. Keep
Grab
coming
it,
with some
baby.
real life.
Grab it, baby.
We keep coming with some real life.
I want to know, what was, like, your favorite UGK, Pimp C, or Bun B song?
Oh, Diamonds Against the Wood.
Diamonds Up Against That Wood.
Yeah.
Man, for real. And the fact that the song that Pimp made for you, what's the song I'm thinking of?
One Day.
The fact that song was actually for you, even to this day, when it comes on and you hear it, even with Pimp passing, it will still grab you like that, as far as
Depends on what setting I'm in, listening to it, and what mood I'm in. I mean, if I just hear it just in passing, no. Yeah, I mean, I've worked a lot of time in prayer, and people have helped me. I still think about that situation like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was, I can't allow myself to just, no.
yeah, things like that. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, you don't forget. And I'm just curious, as far as when you found out the news about Pimp himself, where were you at? How did the news get to you? And what was the next move after that, as far as just hearing that news?
I remember exactly where I was. I was backing out of my house. I was with one of my homegirls. Her name is Dollar Bill. I was backing out of my house, and another one of my homegirls called me. Her name was Kristen. Kristen called me and said, because she knew Chad. She knew Chad from he used to mess with one of her homegirls, and yeah, she called me and she said, "Say, I just got some news that Chad passed away." I said, "Nah, you know how they start them rumors and shit like that." And so, and I got a rear garage access, so I'm backing up. I'm in the alley, and then I'm going down the alley. I called Mama, and all she said was, "Yeah, baby, he gone." And how the alley was, it went around and you out into your main street. I stopped right there in that alley, and I broke down right there. I broke down. I can't even remember. I remember taking her home, dropping her off, coming back, all my family coming over, my daughters, my sisters, you know, everybody, my phone blowing up. It was a crazy 2-3 days. It was a crazy week. Yeah, I remember it like it was wow. Between that one and when the day my little boy died, yeah, it was like movies, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I never thought of it like that. That's what it was, an out-of-body experience. It was like, I can't believe this shit is happening, especially somebody that you just talked to. We had just been texting each other about the Scarface album, and I had just done a show that night in Arlington, and we were texting each other that night, and he didn't reply that Saturday night. And so that Sunday, that Monday, that Tuesday when we got that phone call. So I was like, damn. I just met a cat the other day. He said that he was at that show. No. He was at that show, that Too Short show in California, where Chad was on stage was Too Short. I said, that's wild. He's the first person, the only person I ever heard say that. And he said he was at that show. He said Chad was on one that night. So, yeah, you don't make the interview go off somber and shit, man.
Nah, we finna move the fuck on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's the reason why we want legends like yourself here, because those are the stories that really, 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 really matter. Because for the young generation, I know a lot of cats who be like, they don't know Pimp C. I mean, they know the music, but they don't know Pimp C, and they go like, it's kind of like Jordan. You got to go YouTube certain things, but to be through to be around on the era of his, you know, before jail, once he got out of jail,
that before jail,
the Free Pimp C is the biggest free anybody movement I ever seen.
Yeah,
there was no free. There was no. I mean, shout out Boosie and everything, but Free Pimp C.
That Bun B did the fool.
Man, that's the biggest movement I seen to free anybody.
Yeah, he did that. And pre-jail, Pimp C, I ain't gonna say it was better. You know that. You know that. All the shit you just got through rapping was pretty much pre-jail. You know, so the ball was on fire.
When he came out of jail, he did try to unite. Like, he made that one song where he tried to unite.
Knocking doors down.
Yeah, knocking doors down.
Yeah.
And that was hard.
He tried to unite people because he's, you know, jail sitting him down kind of rehabilitated him a little bit. You know, he was still Chad, and he still was bipolar. And I think around that time was when he got diagnosed with that. So imagine going 20 some odd years of your life with that on you, and you're not knowing that you're dealing with that. And so the music that man was making, the boy was cold with it, bro. The boy was cold with it at an early age. You know,
I've always wondered, do you think if that campaign that Bun B went on while Pimp C was in jail, if that didn't happen, that there would have been a UGK when he got out?
Would it have been, not repeat that last part?
Would there have been a UGK?
Yes. But I think what Bun did really kept the name out there. It kept the name out there. It kept the name fresh. Kept the name on everybody's mind. You know what I mean? To where when he did come out, it was like, dun, 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 dun. I remember the DVD that Rap A Lot put out. I got all of it. Oh yeah, I watched that DVD a couple years ago, man. It's just refreshing, man. It was a movement. You're right, yeah. But I don't know if it'd have been the same. You know what I mean? What Bun did was tremendous, and it was crazy the way he did that, man.
I gotta ask, was there some static a little bit between them two? Because it felt like through the interviews and things like that, like they never really addressed it, but you could see that something wasn't right with them.
No, it wasn't no static. It's just that it was just two different people.
Yeah, one been to jail, one wasn't.
Yeah, well, I mean,
jail changed a man.
No, they were two different people. Period. I mean,
Oh yeah, no,
yeah,
like Boosie and Webby got it, like Boosie and Webby.
exactly. But Boosie and Webby wasn't in the group.
True.
You have to realize, Pimp, UGK was Pimp and Mitchell Queen. Mitchell Queen went off to go play football at Prairie View. He decided to put his rap career on hold and say, well, really just say, hey, I ain't gonna do rap. I'm gonna go play football. My mom want me to get my education. I'm gonna do that. And as he was down there, two things happened. Tell Me Something Good came out, where he met Bun, and then they reformed UGK, and then Tell Me Something Good came out, and they popped. And then the PV lost their football program.
That's
fucked up.
That's God. That's God working. That's God. Yeah, it is. That's God working. Yeah, give me.
That's one of them things where that's God.
Yeah, that's
You know
God.
what I'm
That's God
saying?
working right
because
there.
it was two people, and like I said, I said this on the other interview. It was for that town to be so small. Bun B is a genius. See, Bun B was into theater. He had a full ride scholarship.
Oh wow.
Just to go do theater.
Yeah, actor.
Yeah. Highly intelligent brother. Have you ever met him?
Yes.
Highly intelligent brother, man. Yeah. And Chad was a little different. Like I say, more of a little bit introverted. But while he was at home, he was sharpening the craft, learning how to do drum machines and keyboards and all that. And for them to get together, this dude was the premier producer. DMD was down there too. What's up, Dory?
Yeah.
DMD was down there making beats as well. But Pimp and Bun, for them to find each other and make history like that, that's God.
That's God.
That's God, bro. I mean, he moved one person out the way, put another person in, and then magic happened.
See what it is.
Yeah.
Do you have the same beliefs that Pimp had about, a lot of the up and coming rappers at the time? He was very, vocal. Yeah, he was very vocal on what he felt about the upcoming rappers. He kind of called a couple things that are happening now that you see kind of is going on rap. Did you share the same thoughts that he had, like just not as vocal about it?
Most of them.
So what are your thoughts as far as to see where the late 90s, early 2000 raps come, as far as, doing, when you were, doing your thing to where it is right now in 2022, as far as just the rap culture, not rappers, but just the culture of the dress, what they rap about.
He wouldn't have liked the dress at all. Yeah. He wouldn't have liked that at all. I don't like it. I'm 54, about to be 54 years old. Now, if I was dressing like that, you know what I mean? But that's them. I can't judge them. I'm not here to judge them, you know what I'm saying? So he did, as far as you want to go deep. As far as the homosexuality thing, he never really talked about, he didn't care about gay people, disliked gay people. He just didn't like gay people that was in the closet. So if you're gay, come out and say you're gay. We can be cool. But don't be out here being gay and then come fuck this girl and then I gotta go behind you and fuck her. You know what I'm saying?
The way he was talking, it sounded like he met a lot of industry people that were in the closet, it seems.
Yeah. Once he moved to Atlanta, a lot of stuff opened. A lot of things came to light. Yeah, a lot of stuff came to light for him when he moved to Atlanta. Yeah, he saw a lot of stuff that we wasn't seeing down here in Texas. He did. He did. He did. He got involved in a lot of stuff down there in Atlanta, man. And I mean, listen, bro, before he moved to Atlanta, the boy had a 1992 Honda Prelude. The little white one. We used to call it the Ghost, right? And the inside was a white car. Inside it was black and gray. You know what the gray came from? Joint ashes. Because it was joint ashes. We used to ride up and down I-45 and I-10 back and forth from Dallas to Port Arthur and Houston weekly. That car, and between that and my little Hyundai XL, we hit the highway in the motherfuckers, man. And he left and went to Atlanta. He wanted me to come to Atlanta, but, it was too much money down there. The apartments down there apartments. He lived in Marietta. He didn't live in Atlanta. And so I was going to transfer my job down there because I always kept a little job. I was working at Sears. Hey, full circle. Yeah, I was working at Sears, and so I had transferred my job down there, but when I went down there to get my apartment, I was, no, I'm not going to spend $1,400, $1,500 a month on back. But here in Dallas, they were $600, $700. Right. So I just couldn't afford that. And when he got down there, they started making money doing beats, and he wasn't really doing a lot of beats and features and things like that before he moved to Atlanta. So they did that. They call that, him and Bun call that rap hustling. And he came down here for something. Oh, he was coming down here to work on the Bitch Get Up Off Me, right? He was coming down here, and I had to meet him at a right there. You remember that gas station that was right there in front of GG's? Mm-hmm. He said, "Meet me right there." And the fool pulled up in the E300. He was more excited than I was. And motherfucker got out, "Hey, motherfucker!" Threw me the keys. Bam, we swapped. He drove my car to the crib. I drove the three. Yeah, that was my boy, man. He was just so excited. It was a black one. He had just got that car. Then he traded that one in and got the one you saw in the Big Pimpin' video. So, yeah. So he moved pretty fast when money and his career. Him moving to Atlanta helped out a lot. Now, Bun, see, a lot of people don't know Bun had already moved to Atlanta. Bun moved to Atlanta and had come back. He moved to Atlanta before Riding Dirty. Yeah, we went. Yeah, but then he came back. Welcome, come on back to Texas. Yeah.
And recharge.
He came back. He stayed with me a little bit at the Lamplighter. Yeah, so I had a little 2-bedroom apartment out there. He came, stayed with me. Port Arthur, Texas, PAT, home of Judy's. Yeah, y'all never been to Port Arthur? Gulfway. That's what's up to everybody in PA? That's my spot, man. Judy's, John Seafood. Ooh, you talking about some good eating, baby.
When did your rap career, when was you like, yeah, I'm through with this?
The day Chad died.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That day he died. Yeah, because it was so much going on in my life then, bro. I had a lot of stuff, I dealt with a lot of depression. My mom was sick. I was going through a divorce at that time. It wasn't final. Chad died. All that accumulated on me at one time. It was kind of, but you don't know you're dealing with depression. And it was, in hindsight, you realize that's what it is. So that's what it was. So it was just a tough situation. Yeah, I walked away from it completely. I might have recorded 2 more songs after that.
So what is Bo Luchiano in 2022? What do you got going right now?
2022? Well, a couple things, man. I'm doing, full circle. We're starting our Hardydale party back.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we're doing our Hardydale party. We're going to do that, but it's going to be a podcast.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
We're going to do interviews. It's going to be myself and Miss Jazzy K in the back.
Jazzy K.
We will have mixes from DJ Snake. We're going to be having commentary from called Live from the Snake Pit, where he talks about industry things. We'll do interviews with like Dallas DJs and things like that. We just want to,
There's so many stories.
There's so many stories around here, man. One thing I noticed about y'all, because I've been following y'all for a while, how y'all started in North Dallas. y'all bought, like you remember I said that, being a kid from Oak Cliff, we didn't know there was no hoods in North Dallas. Y'all bought that to, y'all showed people it was some gangsters in North Dallas and some G's in North Dallas and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
what are your thoughts on Mo 3 as far as just his life and his legacy of what he did for the time that he was here in music?
Okay. I'm going to tell you, bro.
Hey.
All right. Mo 3. First of all, rest in peace.
First of all.
I think he was probably, as far as what we've heard, as far as rapping in Dallas, he was probably one of the best, if not top 2. And I hated to see him go because I think we've been kind of stagnant as a city since his demise. But what I wanted to say is I knew that was going to happen. From
what was it
that talking?
Talking on record or talking off record?
Both. You just heard me say that rap is dangerous, bro. Yeah, bro. Cause when you do that, if they do UGK like that, what you think they're gonna do to Mo 3? Yeah. Bro, you ain't got. I mean, it's somebody that's gonna try you in every city, every state. If you talking that talk, bro, they're gonna try you, man. And I hated to see that happen. I remember where I was when I got that phone call. I was right around the corner when that happened. I mean, he died damn near in our neighborhood. Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
So do you believe in like just from what you've seen in rap? Because I believe more rappers have died in the last 5 years than I believe in all of rap.
It's not gonna stop.
Yeah. Do you believe?
It's not gonna stop.
Do you believe? The tongue is that powerful to speak things into existence as far as if they stay on the energy,
negative energy,
that the algorithm will make these things keep happening?
That's a good question. I think negative energy breeds negative energy. Yes, I do. I think when you open that door to that element and you bringing those type of people around you, I mean, bro, there's some sick people out there. And then you have to realize, we were smoking weed. You may have a couple people doing
like normal weed, right? Or was it like y'all didn't have the hybrid in the?
I mean, no, we didn't know, bro. Chronic to us was powerful weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had regular cess and Bo, that type of thing, and skunk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you had some skunk, you had something powerful. Then he came with the cousins, and then you came with the popcorn. Popcorn, shit. Yeah, so we didn't have all the drugs that they have. The worst drug as far as rappers had back then was wet. Yeah. On that formaldehyde, you on that dip. But you didn't have a lot of people doing that. That was more of a Texas thing too. You know what I mean?
I heard a story about a rapper named Big Lurch.
I heard of him. He killed himself, didn't he? He got high on that wet formaldehyde. Yeah, I heard of him.
But I heard he ate somebody first.
Oh yeah. I remember the story.
Yeah. I was like, any drug that make you feel like you gotta eat somebody.
Come on, man.
Jesus.
That drugs, now that's an out of body experience right there. Right. But see, the pills, once X hit the scene, it was downhill from there.
Oh, I gotta ask you about them boogie, them Club Blue Nairobi Palm Beach days. Yeah. When boys used to be on them XOs.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was another resurgence in Dallas hip hop where it was a lot of
the D-Town Boogie.
The D-Town Boogie was, the Flavor TV, you had a lot of stuff going on. Now, right now with music, do you think Dallas could ever get back to that where it seemed to where the clubs and the radio stations kind of had a little bit of alignment where you would hear the shit in the radio?
You just answered it yourself though. They got to get back in line. Wait. What y'all said about the podcasters coming together, what we were seeing coming out the elevator, if only the rappers could do the same thing that the bloggers and the podcasters are doing.
Now, the Boogie era had that kind of camaraderie a little bit.
They did.
Did you? Were you a fan of the Boogie era?
Well,
we too gangster for this.
Well, I'm a street dude, bro.
Exactly, I know.
I'm a street dude. And in the beginning, you have to realize This is no disrespect to nobody because me and him cool now. I mean, we were never enemies or anything like that. But a matter of fact, I just met him not too long ago. I had my radio show then. And I was straight street, man. I'm jamming, T.I., Jeezy. I'm jamming all that shit. UGK, Scarface, shit, Rick Ross before anybody played. I'm playing that kind of stuff. And I just couldn't get down with the dancing. And then I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. I can't think of the name of the song. But when my wife was on the show with us, we hired a DJ. His name was DJ Yellow Boy. Y'all don't know what that is, do you?
Yeah, we know Yellow Boy.
Yeah. What's his name now?
I don't know his name now.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna tell you because this ain't the same Yellow Boy. So I played a couple mixes from him, right on my show. Couple years, next year, he said, "I'm changing my name." I said, "What your name gonna be, bro?" DJ Drop. So DJ Drop he started on my radio show.
That's crazy.
So he was that's how he started, and then he started doing beats. And he did a beat for, it might have been Lil Will. That might have been that song. What was that song?
Which one? My Dougie or Bust It Open?
I think no, it wasn't Lil Will.
Bust It Up. Okay.
Damn, that song before that.
Stanky Leg.
No, that was after that. I wish I could call him. Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. He did the beat. Got it hot. Well, what was the name of the club that him and Clay going there, man? Huh?
Rhythm City.
They got it hot at Rhythm City. I mean, to where everybody on this song, to where they playing on the radio. I mean, Skip Cheatham playing it, everything. And then something happened to where the rappers' parents, once it got real hot and labels started coming, Drop wanted to get the paperwork straight. So you got to get that first.
Right.
You got to get that first. Right? That's a lesson to you youngsters.
It's too hot
Get
now.
your paperwork done straight first so we can be friends in the end. And of course we ain't gonna do that. So they had somebody else try to remake that beat, kick Drop right off.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I was kind of salty over that type of shit.
A lot of dirty
I was
bit-
salty over that. And then by that time, Lil Will that came out with my Dougie and bro.
Yeah, because that was big.
Goddamn. Call Drop, somebody. Huh?
Hit the dance. Nah, I wasn't a lot of people on that one.
No,
It was a
man.
big remix song. I don't know.
It was a big song, bro. It was like one of the first D-Town Boogie songs that was out there.
Ugh.
And he broke it. No.
Lot of bad business.
Maybe you got drop phone number in there.
Lot of bad business seems to have happened in Dallas just overall. It just seems that
But
was a
the
stigma.
thing about it though, bad business happens everywhere. It just seems like when it happens in Dallas, we spin out of control and can't recover.
That's
Like,
true.
oh goddamn. Oh goddamn.
That's
Shit. So I mean, I'm guilty of that. I mean, but see, people kick me while I was, oh shit, doesn't knock the microphone, bro. People, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then when you do it, after a certain amount of time, something else happened. Do it again. Something else happened. You do it again. After Chad died, I was like, God damn. It's just too much shit just keep happening. That's why I say I was guilty of it.
And outside of Cottonmouth, I'm just curious. What are your thoughts as far as on Big Chief's overall career, Don Chief now, as far as where he should have been in regards to the kind of the look he was giving Dallas, as far as showing a little more splash.
Underachieved. That's my guy. I mean, that dude jamming.
Yeah.
That boy jamming. I
Whole-
wish he
whole
would have.
movement.
I wish he would have achieved more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, God, bro. It's two people that out of Dallas that had a movement. Out of the Metroplex that had a movement like that. One of them got locked up, and that was Twisted Black out of Fort Worth.
Yeah. Shout out Twisted Black, nah, for real. Yeah, nah.
That boy there.
Them two.
Them two right there, because they both was in their life.
Yeah.
And they both has real life stories to tell. And bro, I just don't understand.
Man.
I do understand why that generation didn't make it, but the next generation that started making it, I don't understand why they couldn't God, it ought to be
pass the buck.
Yeah. Because you ask some of these cats, in other words, when everybody that pop right now, if you ain't got no beat or you not seeking out DJ Snake, why not? Just for the fucking history of it.
Yeah.
Just for the legendariness of it. Go get your beat. Let Snake mix your album. Hear what that sound like. Do y'all know who Money Waters is?
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my cousin, right?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Money Waters is my cousin.
Damn.
So Money Waters, he's got another album that's about to drop called The Porch 2. And he came to me, he asked me about Snake. This was a few months back. He said, I'm going to let Snake mix one of my songs.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, you know, Snake was the premier ear of the South for a long time. You know, so much to the fact that the first 2 Lil Jon albums, go look at the credits. Mixed and mastered by DJ Don Snake Brown.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so all that stuff, the first 2 Get Crunk albums, all that shit was mixed and mastered by Snake, man. And that sound you heard tearing the speakers up was his sound. So back to that story. He let Snake do that one song. Bobo, I think I'm gonna have to have him on the whole album.
Man.
Yeah, it's different. It's
That's
different.
crazy.
And then he got a beat from him and let him mix the song. And then he said, I'm gonna go ahead and follow it up and let him do the whole album. Not produce the whole album, but just mix the whole album.
And then you have like a Mousequake, who Pimp C.
Yeah.
You know, just the history of Dallas. Yeah, the younger generation got to tap in with those that have been. Well, come on, that's it. I mean, come on. What we talking about?
Mousequake knew Pimp.
Yes.
Where you know Pimp?
Oh wait, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think he mixed something. I don't know if he knew him. I don't know.
Oh.
There's some business that happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know everybody in Chad know.
Yeah, no. He did some business with the music. Okay. I don't know personal relationships and nothing like that. Okay. And then Bo was like, oh wait, he said, let me know what's going on.
Yeah, let me know.
Man, this is legendary. Man, I want to, you know, it's crazy because there's more of the story that we want to get in. If it's a blessing, man, you got to invite us onto your podcast, man.
Yes, I will.
You know, definitely we got to bridge the gaps on both sides. So we would love to be a part of your situation. With that being said, man, for those that do want to get at you, follow you personally. I know you probably don't be on the gram or TikTok like that and all this other stuff.
Bubba Luchiano.
Oh, yeah, everything.
Bubba Luchiano. I'm on the gram.
Now, I know you're on the gram, but I don't know if you be just scrolling the gram every day to see who done tagged into me. But if you are, for those that want to get at you, Bubba Luchiano.
Yeah, check Bubba Luchiano on Instagram, Bubba Luchiano on Facebook. I don't do the Twitter thing, you know.
Yeah, we are.
YouTube, you know. Shit, y'all go to y'all subscribe to my YouTube page. Get ready for that All Hearted Day party. We're gonna, like I said, we revamping. Get ready to re-release it. Hopefully we ready by no later than the summer. Okay. And we're gonna roll it out real strong.
Man, and I know it's probably hard to do this right here, man, but are there any shout outs you want to give?
Ooh. Shout out. I want to shout out to my wife. Shout out to my wife, Jazzy K. I want to shout out to everybody on our Hearted Day party. Want to holler at Sandman, Rogue's Life Entertainment, Snake. Shit. What's up, DJ Mike? Shit. My family, you know, everybody that's. What's up, Oak Cliff? What's up, Singing Hills? We love y'all. PA, Houston, Bun, everybody. We good. Y'all, everybody. The city got to come together. RealLyfe Street Starz, bitch.
Yeah. Hold up.
Huh?
If you could do it all over, what would you do different?
People ask me, do I miss rapping? I really wasn't no rapper, but I could rap a little bit. You know, I could come with some shit. And the thing I missed the most was the radio. I wouldn't have walked away from that radio thing.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, I was going through a depression. I felt like I was helping people out. And I think that was my legacy. You know what I mean? You know,
shout out 89.3K now because they don't get a lot of love. Yeah, they don't get a lot of
What's
love.
What's up,
man.
Easy Eddie D?
Yeah, come on, man. Easy Eddie D. Come on, man. They don't get a lot of love, man. And we've been through there a few times. And
I filmed one of his. They gave him like a celebration. I filmed it when he got
that
the
boy.
I filmed that.
How long has it been on there? Man. I did it for 8.5 years. He had been on there a Come on, man.
Come on, man.
And when I tell y'all stop, 2008.
Yeah. Shout out K now, man. Shout out 89.3, 80. Man, come on.
Yeah, man. We was I got the honor to say I did the last show at the original White House. Bro, it was a party. It was a movie that night. Oh, it was a movie that night.
Man, it's a blessing.
And then we moved over there off of Maple.
Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful there too. But the White House with the crooked stairs, people thought you was gonna fall through the floor. Oh man, I mean, just stuff like that you don't know you making history and you live in it. It's just wild in hindsight. Like, man, that shit was historical.
Man,
being out there, and I mean, the people that can. I remember one time we was there. You remember, and it was doing PB Grambling game. And every one of Switzer House members came up in there. Every last one of them. You remember they was all standing around?
Oh,
yeah, so we used to get stars come through there. It was a nice setting, man. And, I mean, they couldn't get no radio play.
Nah,
you want to get some radio play, you had to come see me.
Got to.
Yeah, so Slim Thug was in there, and who's this tall motherfucker?
Yeah, shout out Boss Ho.
What's up, Slim? It's my nigga, man.
Yeah, shout out Boss Ho. Yeah, shout out Flip Leprechaun.
Yeah,
man.
So y'all,
this right here is a blessing, man. This right here is, again, these are the stories, like you said, like you start off. This is the history that we need to
Put us on a lot of game.
Put us on a lot of game, bridge again. I know there's names that you said that I don't know to where that I got to research.
Oh yeah,
and I will. But there's those fans that be like, oh man, we needed this right here because that is again, this is Dallas history right here.
Y'all look up. Well, you can't look up something fresh for sure. Nemesis. If you don't know who Nemesis is,
we had Nemesis on here. So yeah,
who did you have from Nemesis?
We had Rakim Al-Jabbar and I think Snake, right?
Yeah,
we had Snake. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And his son, Al's son, which is Rakim Al-Jabbar. Yeah,
that motherfucker, they're dope.
Bad motherfucker, boy. He just dropped the album, by the way. He just dropped the album.
Have y'all heard his little sister rap?
No, have not. Damn.
Mousequake say that's the dopest girl in Dallas.
Oh shit, I gotta go holler at Mousequake.
Mousequake say that's the dopest girl in Dallas.
Go holler at Mouse.
Oh, she dope.
Yeah.
Imagine him and a female.
That's crazy.
Oh, she dope.
That's crazy.
Oh, she very dope.
I'm curious from you, what pioneer legend that you would say from back in the day that we need to get their story?
From Dallas?
Yes.
Mm.
Right. Call him and bring him.
They've been saying, get Bobo, we got him.
I'm here.
He's here.
Boom.
I come back too. I don't know. Y'all did the Cottonmouth. Have y'all did the Blowfly story? Real to real?
So yeah, we haven't did the story. We have Blowfly on, and I forgot who we were talking to. We were talking to somebody else that was on. He was on with it. He was quiet until the very end of the interview. We had ran out of time. He's like, yeah, man, Blowfly,
Let me tell you something,
we
bro.
didn't get his story. So
Bro,
I feel bad about that because it's like, oh shit.
When I first moved back to Dallas, Snake, I'm thinking y'all still on Forest. Snake had a studio on Forest. It was called the Snake Pit. And that's where they recorded that Cottonmouth did to Satisfied with Pimp C.
Yeah.
So Satisfied. And when I got back, they were involved with PKO. I don't know if y'all know who that is out of San Antonio. PKO, Pound Keys and OZs. They were, oh my God, y'all need to research that too.
Yeah.
Man, them boys, Pony J and Magic Mike. Oh, man, historical. Anyway, Cottonmouth became a member of that group. And they had I can't remember what they were calling themselves. But when I first got there, Blowfly was there. He was a little youngster. And every day they would like challenge them to go home and write something and come back the next day with it. He was the only one that would be coming back and just be all ready every fucking day and would go in there and hit that booth and make it sound like, oh, damn, who was this kid? That motherfucker's bad, bro. He in my top 2 in Dallas.
Okay.
It's him, Uptight, and C-Pone. They're my 3.
Yeah.
They're my 3 in Dallas.
That's real. Man, that's real. All right, well, like you said, man, we got to get you back in here. We got to tell more of these stories, man. We're going to have you on our podcast one of these days here. But, man, I mean, we use this word. I don't want to say we use it loosely, but We do, but we really want to say this. But
But in your case, it definitely applies.
What word?
you are a real life street star, man. Bo Luchiano on the couch. Blessings. We salute you. Get this man a shirt. We salute you. We salute
Give me
you.
a shirt, man.
Hey, man.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move.